でこれどっから、じゃあほんま、いやほんまふざけんなって。ほんまにアプリエラーってなんやねん。で PS4 のメモリ不足かね。アプリエラーってなんやねん。もうほんまソニーはちょっとここの会社にちょっと聞いてほしいな。ほんまにいい加減にしてほしい。今日2回で先日も1回、本当にいい加減にしてほしい。もうこの会社のゲームとかのうんぬんじゅん、あれ何間違えた。このゲーム会社とかのうんぬんじゃなくて、もう何が原因なんかはちょっとはっきりさせてほしいわ。せっかく、おい、なんやねん。せっかく、なんや、もう、楽しもうと思って、遊ぼうと思って買ったのに、これかいっていう話やで、俺からしたら。2匹か。こうやってたら分からんねんな。すごいな。ほんならこうなるやろ。走ったら反応する。はい。はい。はい。さよなら。あれあれやばいやばいやばい。お、いけるな。戦い方が分かってきたかな。あが2回切ってダウン。3回いったらまあまあ全然その間にスタミナ回復するから。おらよっしゃー。ここどこなんかあんまごそごそ操作したらまたエラー起こりそうで嫌やわほんま。なんなんそんなプレステ4あれやで、ゲームパンパンに詰めてへんからな。そういう問題でもないやろ。これ先んとくやん。腹立つわほんま。あとあのおばちゃんと喋るか。こういうとこピョンって行かれへんねん。なんでやろうな。わあまたおんの。あかんあかんあかんあかんあかんあかんあかんあかんあかん。やばい。お前が戦うとこはこっちや。来い来い来い来い来い来い来い来い来い。こっちやお前は。よし殺したるわ。うわ行かれた。やばい。 ああ、もう、なんかちょっとテンション下がった。いや、なんかもう2回アプリエラー、ちょっとだれるな。一回トイレ行きます。はい、失礼しました。先にちょっとお酒作ります。本日、チューハイストロング2本飲んでからのハイボールいただきます。もうほんまちょっと飲まないやってられんな。まあまあ腹立ってきたな。まあ、どっからやねん。おい。こっからおい。はいはいはいはいはいはいはい。ゾンビおるよ。ゾンビおるよ。戻りすぎやろ。あ、ゾンビ芝居た。あ、やばい。もううっとしい。戻りすぎやろ。はいはいはいはい、ここよ。やれやれ。 強いぞー、ここのゾンビ強いぞ。あ、やっぱ拳銃強いな。ご苦労さん。で、でかいやつがおるやろ。とは絡まないようにしとこう。どんだけ戻んねん。こういったらおるやろ。なあ。ほら、始まった。この人、気配消すのうまいな。さよなら。どんだけ肉くん好きやねんこいつ。来いや、やってまうわ。フリーのやつは見たよな。撮ったよな。なんでこんな戻されなあかんねん。で、こっから覗いたら、おるんやろ。あ、そっか。それはさっきやらしたから、あれか。おらんよな。 いや絶対ここやねんけどな。ここでおるっていうことはそういうことやって。またこっからさっきタコしたって。ここやって、絶対ここやって。
This is no place for a gentleman. Wouldn't come any closer. A leech! A leech! You'll pay for that! We have to stop it!
もう散々やったって。公共の場での席禁止。すげえな。
It's locked. No one's there.
おんねんって。おんねん、そこに。イルス使ってんねん。薬でちょっと直したらなあかんのかな。なるほどな。ほな隠れ家行こうか。ここやな。直したらちょっと情報は進むかな。 もうアプリエラーはもうええで。あれ、ああ、そうやな。競争剤、あれ、あ、当てないか。競争剤、基幹支援。これ渡しに行こう。あれ、ああ、前すぎだこれ。あ、そっか、こっち開けてへんかったな。ひょっとしたらなんかあるんちゃう。まあ、ちょっと待って。いっぱい取れたね。これ出たんこっちか。街の状態が良くないから、なんか今やってる限りでは進みようないんで、一回ちょっと住民の健康状態と投薬して、で一回寝て、でそれでどうなるかっていうのをちょっと見ようと思います、今のところは。だからそれぞれの体調悪いの誰やったっけ。息子やな。
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do. I feel so tired. I don't know if it's the epidemic, but everything seems so hard.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
聞くことはもうないな、今んとこは。
Goodbye, young man. Take care of
ゆっくり休んでな。
Even my dreams are
で次アルバート・パーマー。口悪いやつか。あいつどこやったっけ。こっちじゃないかな。あれあいつどこ行った。おっと、これちゃう。
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what
あ、
happened?
初対面や。
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few
誰
questions
や。
if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
初やな。あ、これか。片頭痛。うわ、持ってないな。
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the tramp.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills.
頭
Everything's
痛イ
coming
ラ
up
ついてるんやろ
rough.
な。
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you
聞く
heard?
タイミングもあるんか
Funny,
な。
I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom,
No.
if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, a coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Yes. Sounds like shell shock. I've seen a few cases like yours. This is nothing you should be ashamed of, Benjamin. And it's perfectly natural in your situation.
Not ashamed. I just need my pills. Peace and quiet, that's all.
そんな経験少ない人、経験少ない人、でもしゃあないでこれ。
Goodbye for now.
ありがとうございます。行くなら大物いかんと。
Gangs are ruining this neighborhood, if you ask me.
さっきの
All the good boys joined the army and the scum turned criminals.
あの柄口の悪いやつどこ行ったんや。もうどこや。
It's locked, all right.
おった。お前や。
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
言うね。あれ競争だ持ってるよ。
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
なかなか強情やなこいつ。持ってるよ。あとこいつ探すだけやな。
Goodbye, young man.
気づいてるのに。この人やな。街が暗すぎてもう分からへん。で勝手にうろうろするしな。そりゃそうやけど。何これ。難しいな。何の意味があったんやろ。OK。ちゃうとこ来たな。ちょっと待って。え？ホワイトチャペル通り。 悪いね。ああ、ここか。敵が再生してるやん。
I cannot enter.
なんで鍵かかってんねん。
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Goodbye, Miss Wanderer. Perhaps we'll talk again.
これ何回も来てるんちゃうここ。どこ行ったらいいね。ブチギレやろ、ブチギレのやつやろ。ここに行きたいね。これどっか上ピョンって行かれへんのかな。行けそうなとこいっぱいあんねんけどな。
Nobody at home. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
どっから行くね。多分ここやろ。ちゃうんか。どこ上ぴょんぴょんぴょんぴょん行くんか。そんな行けそうなところないで。 飛び越えへんもんな。どこや。嘘やろ、まだおったん。ここ分かられへんとか意味分からへんな。いや、さっきんとこやん。反対側やろっていうか、やったとこやん。あ、あ、ちゃうやん。いや、ゾンビか思った。
You again? What do you want this time?
すまん。
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
What?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
ようやくちょっと進んだかな。
You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
あれ、さっき聞いたな。
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad. And dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men.
久々に主役の顔を
With
映
my
しと
own
かんとな。
eyes, I have seen them. Those minions
どんな
from
顔
the
やったかな。
abyss.
I have heard enough. Goodbye.
でも喋るで。
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your
決め
rational
つけた言い
delusion?
方すんなって。聞きたいことはまだあんねん。
Have you any friends? Any family
He
left
left
in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
なるほどね。
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even now, he judges your words and actions.
あ、開いた。やっと初めて行く場所やな。縁起もない声が聞こえますな。おるおるおるおる。1か1か。2や3やん。2や3。あかんあかんあかん。一回逃げます。よくないよくない。これはよくない。 しゃ、あと一人や、いけるな、楽勝や。はいはいはい、チューチューチューチューチューチュー。いけるな。強いんか弱いんか。そうやな、家から出ないようにしましょう。そりゃそうやな、もうそりゃ病気流行ったら家から出ん方がいいよ。あ、ちょっと待って、こっちはどうや、なんかあるか。不明。こいつや。こんばんは。
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
リチャード・ニセルコット。詩人。食えるんそんなんで。わからんけど。
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
ちょっと宗教に
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy, but the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
カメリア。まだ会ってないな。病人多すぎやな、これ。
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives, how she survives, whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
ありがとう。初めて来た方、このライン。一回寝た方がいいんかな。もうちょっと一回セーブしようと思うんやけど。あ、繋がった。あんた誰？
Good evening, miss.
はあ、初見やな。
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
あんた誰？
I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
え、だけ？
I know you understand what I'm saying.
カメリアっつったけど。
Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
もう一回、もう一回。
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
ああ、でも無視なんや。
Very well. Goodbye then.
強いね。いや違う。どこ行く？このクリウスじゃあダリウス・ベトレスクの行動パターンをえ？これで？めちゃ関係性大事。
Hello again, miss.
ずーっと無視。
Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
賢いな。
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
でももうこれ以上ないんちゃう。
About Richard Nethercott. I understand.
質問の順番間違えたんか。いやいやいやいや。
Very well. Goodbye then.
声かけるタイミング間違えた。もしかして。あー、めんどくさい。逃げる逃げる逃げる。そうやろ、不可侵地域エリアやで、ここは。おいおい、引かへんわんな、ボケ。
I shall fear no evil. I order you to step back. Stay back, please. Back, demon.
なんでバックやねん。
This man stunned me with his faith, his crucifix. This is not good news.
あ、なんかええことあったんかな。あっち行ったらなんかいろいろ出てくるんか。大変な街やな、これちょっと待って、どうしようかな。
Turn around, sir.
I'd step back, sir. Go on, off you trot. It's one of them.
This one's mine.
なんでやねん。なんで芝がえんねん。俺参加5してるやんけ。なんでやねん。スタン取りに行ってるやんけ。参加5しとったよね。普通やったら勝てるやろあれ。だる。どこまで戻んねん。どこや。ここで一回やめようか。5時半。ちょっとお腹空いてきたな。でもちょっと仕返しはしたいな。あいつどこや。
Stay back, sir.
あ
Don't come closer, sir.
え、これは前に言わしたとこやろ。また復活してんの。一人。え、
Better go home, sir. Burn it!
ああ、もうなんかもうミスってる。導入はさっきよりは良かったけどな。ちょっと酔いが強くなってきたな。一回ちょっとインターバル入れようか。これどこまで戻る？オッケーオッケー。一旦ここでちょっとやめます。ありがとうございます。ちょっと待って。すいません。5時40分。だから6時、7時、19時。19時頃配信予定で動きますんで、また、タイミング良かったら見てください。すいません、ちょっといろいろイライラしてます。すいません。19時頃からやり直します。ここからやります。アプリエラーで2回切断があって、ちょっとご迷惑おかけして申し訳ございません。めげずに、頑張ってまいりますので、また、よろしければ、ご視聴の方お願いします。あとよかったらチャンネル登録もよろしくお願いします。一旦、ここで一旦失礼させていただきます。ご視聴ありがとうございます。